Good morning, my friends. How is everyone today? Yeah, I hope everyone is good. And James is here. Also says, morning all. Hope everyone's doing well. And he also says hello to our future friends, which is a good one. Yes, hello to everyone who is watching this later, who's watching the replay. I also hope you're having a good time. It seems, as usual, that Tuesday is quieter than Monday. So maybe let's just start with the card. No one else is here except James and I. So maybe we can have a discussion about today's card, James. It's ritual. Beautiful. And can you feel them? Wild creatures linked by the very blood you will spill into your craft. A ritual of dedication to self and those whose gazes hold fire, but whose whispers carry you softly through the unknown. And I think this card seems like made for writers, I think. The booklet says, use your magic. No, it was a bit different. What did it say? Yeah, honor your magic and the magic of those you call upon. And I think it's what first came to my mind is that we should remember that we are not writing really and creating alone. We are first, of course, part of a bigger group, like here on AuthorTube, other people who write, but also there's inspiration, and some people even believe that there's bigger forces, out there that support us in our creative endeavors. It's not just for writers, but everyone who is very creative. I think I'm thinking of what was his name, Stephen Pressfield, in the art of the War of Art. He talks about the muse and stuff like that. And the only thing you have to do is show up. Which is probably the hardest part. Show up and do the work. I think we have heard this often from different writers, that the most important thing is just to sit down, get going, writing, and then things will happen. Just this trust in yourself and your abilities and honoring, this honor your magic is also important in the sense that we maybe have to take ourselves serious. I always say, don't be too serious with it. Don't put too much pressure on you. But at the same time, it's important to maybe see it as it is for most of us. Writing is very important. That's why we're working so hard on it, and sometimes overdoing it, pressuring ourselves very much. And it's not so easy to keep it light. And sometimes it helps to say writing is like any other job. You make a plan, show up, and do your thing. And then I also often realize that whenever I start working, I feel so much better. First I feel like, I don't want to do it today. I don't feel it today. But when I then dive into a scene and do the thing, I immediately feel better. And so, think about that. What is for you the magic of writing, and what will keep this up for you, or what helps you showing up. Sometimes we need to carve out some time, say no to other stuff. So we talked about yesterday how hard it can be for all of us in this society where everything is like going so fast and there's so much pressure. And I think that's not what it's about when we say show up. It's not about pressuring yourself to write 5K a day. It's more about being there regularly. And even, I think Lawrence Sapella always says, even if it's like 2 hours a week, you have this special time, then you sit down and write. it's not so much about pressuring yourself to do this every day from, like for me, from 8 a.m. to the evening, and you have to write 5K words. It's more about showing up and allowing it, taking the time to sit down and write, but not with this force, forcing yourself. This entire deck could be repurposed to help plot a fantasy story. See, interesting. Too many of us creatives get lost in our anxieties and neuroses. Yes, it's just this morning, really, before I saw the card, I had this thought of, do I really want to write all my life, because it sometimes feels so, like a fight, constant battle with yourself, this showing up. And this card reminds me of honor this. I mean, I will probably never be able to stop writing because I have those ideas and I just need to do it. But yeah, maybe we can also be just grateful that we have this ability to be creative and that we have these cool ideas. When we see those as a gift, that we got, then maybe it's also more fun to write again, to sit down and not pressure yourself, but enjoy the process. Yeah, it's a difficult thing. So why not show up and use the first sprint for writing? And yeah, timer is set up already. The blood you spill is the challenges of a creative life. Yeah, it is so interesting. It's you have the strive to do it, you have ideas and everything, and still it sometimes feels so hard to do it. I don't know why that is, this contradiction. Shouldn't it be easy and flowing? I think that's the hardest part about being creative, that you really have to put in energy and stuff, to do it. Or maybe just because there are so many distractions, everything else seems so much easier. Even we all laugh about this, that even doing household chores or stuff like that, they all seem sometimes better than sitting down and writing. So it's funny. But here we are, and now we dedicate some time for our projects, and that's 20 minutes. Enjoy. Okie dokie. Sprint number 1 is done. And I hope you were able to use the time to your advantage or just to do and have some fun. I had quite an interesting conversation also on the side in the chat with James about kind of a continuance of the card we discussed. And I read a book on Norse myth, says James. One of its points is that the ancient Germans believed that anything we achieved in life was only worth the price it had cost us to gain it. And James rightfully says so, that the Protestant work ethic is older than Protestantism, and in truth older than Christianity itself. It makes so much sense when you hear that about the Norse myth or the Germans. And I think it's still a big part of our culture. That's why I circled back to what I said before, that we are putting so much pressure on ourselves and we feel constantly stressed out because there's put so much value in achievement and results, and in numbers. And it's especially for creative people, when creativity needs a lot of, pondering and just thinking and time, just need time. It's not it's not the case for everyone, but for me, for instance, I just need time to develop my novels and write them. There's a lot of thinking and journaling about it. And so that's definitely in contrast to what society is expecting of us, like you have to, for instance, if you want to be a successful self-publisher, you publish several novels each year, stuff like that, to even be able to earn money with it. And money is what kind of shows the value you have with your achievements. Or so it's can be hard as a writer nowadays to feel like you're achieving something, especially when you take time when it takes time for you. And James also shared the link. I will look at it later. And the researcher posits in this video that we burn out because we don't have enough impact with all the work that we do. And this is just, so true. This is one of the things that really annoy me. I was thinking about friends of mine from Syria who came here as refugees, and I met them because I helped them with the documents and everything they needed to do on a regular basis. Like every weeks they had to fill out the same documents again and again, and this was so annoying at some point. And my friend said, in Syria, I had to laugh about it, you just give money to someone and then you get the documents, and that's it. And they have a totally different culture about, with that. And of course, here you have to prove things again and again to avoid what's it called when I don't even remember the German word. When officials can be bribed, that's probably what she meant. In Syria, you just gave money to people and then your problems would be solved. But here in Germany, of course, they don't want that. So you have to, prove and fill out forms and do stuff constantly. But it's overdone sometimes here, I think, with the documents you need for all kinds of things. They're taking this too serious or too far at times. So this is just one example, but especially with our jobs and the speed that there is with everything and emails and the fast communication, it's it's just too much, I think. It's overdone, overdoing it. And that's why people burn out. And I know so many people that really struggle mentally with all this like pressure that we actually wouldn't need, I think. And I don't know any real solution how to get out of that. Maybe try to save some money and like what we talked about recently, that when you have some money on the side, you can go a bit easier on yourself and with the job and everything. You know, relax a bit more into it. James also says, to me, it ties to a broader problem that we live with an absence of a sense of meaning in our lives. Yes, yeah. And for instance, for me, the writing is very important for me because I feel like that's my life's mission. I'm supposed to write my novels no matter what. I feel like that, So I have this kind of meaning, but still I struggle with balancing this with everything else. I still also have to, because it takes so long with writing novels, I have to find other ways to earn some money. Of course, another mission of my life are my kids and everything. They are also very important to me. But this and the meaning you feel like, I'm guessing a lot of artists feel this too, that on the one hand you want to do something meaningful, but it doesn't necessarily mean that this will create money for you, that you can survive here in our society. So you also have to balance this out, and that's also putting a lot of pressure on people. They feel like I want to do art and creative things, but I have to put all my energy. That's what I also hated when I worked at university, at a job that is so stressful but not meaningful. Often those jobs are where felt like not really meaningful. Just the money aspect is the meaning behind it. And very often, especially I guess for creative people, that's not enough. And this costs a lot of energy that is then not available for your creative endeavors. So yeah. American culture is pretty good at it too, yeah. Very easy to do something because it suits your boss's ego. Yeah, stuff like that. Got a bit more serious about reorganizing my Pinterest board. See, that is something which is fun. And I think James has you have the perfect job, actually. Maybe not right now with your circumstances, but in general, to have something that earns you money, but also gives you the time to, do your stuff. That's what we need, as creative people. James? In Enneagram, type 3s are the most obsessed with achievement, okay? It is how they try to earn the right to... Yes, I feel like there's a lot of danger in that, when you feel like only people who achieve something have value for society, for instance. Then we get into very dangerous waters, I would say. At its deeper levels, the type 3 needs to learn the Taoist concept of Wu Wei. Yeah, I heard about this one. To oversimplify, Wu Wei is the path of effort without strain. Yeah. Just, it's, I think, similar to what I try to do with the follow your energy, just what I talked about. Why is creativity sometimes so hard? Why do we have to push so much? It feels like that when it should be this easy going, it should just flow. In Western societies, we serve paperwork. Oh, I hate it. And the paperwork exists to justify some worthless bureaucrat's job. Yeah, they could, just knowing that it could be so much easier with all the taxes and stuff. There are concepts out there which would make this, yeah. I don't want to even think about this because I always get angry then. And sometimes it feels like it's just there to get people a job. Yeah. To give people a job. Yeah. So still, let's focus on the good stuff, which is writing or going through your Pinterest boards, all the things that make us really feel good. And we just need a timer for that. Whew. And maybe I make myself another cup of coffee. Mm-hmm. And add. Okay. Here we go. 25 minutes. Yay. Enjoy. Okie dokie. That was sprint number 2. And how did everybody do? Mark joined us. Good morning, my friend. And Christian also joined us. Hello, hello. I hope you both have a good morning and are feeling good, full of energy, and ready for the day. Or maybe you are just getting ready for the day. No pressure from me here. Yeah, I finished a scene, worked a bit on the transition because I wrote this flashback part for the one scene and kind of transition from there into the next one. So I did that, finished the flashback, and already, yeah, did some work on the next scene and will continue doing that during the next sprint. So I'm moving forward a lot faster than the last time when I worked through that manuscript. So I'm hoping it won't take me as long. Yeah, and then probably read through it one more time just in case I missed anything. And then I can send it to people to give me their judgment. Yeah, everyone is saying hi to each other. Mark also skipped to the beginning again of my stream to see which card we got today. Let me show it again. This one, Ritual. I really also love the drawings, the design of the cards, I have to say. In case we haven't seen the back yet, that's the back. Also very beautiful. And yeah, Ritual. That's, I think, especially now the fall season or October with this witchy, with those witchy vibes. Of course, you think more of rituals and how important they are. I once saw an interview with a writing coach who also stressed how important it is for us to convince our brain that, yeah, writing is good, you know, writing is fun, writing is something we really enjoy, and we want to create an environment where we really sit down and or are already looking forward to that moment when we sit down and start writing or creating. And I think this is a really good point, and rituals also really help with that, our brain learns that. I don't really remember what kind of tricks she had, like stuff like having snacks ready, probably setting the mood, that you have a good working space, of course, that you enjoy being, like candles and stuff. We all know those little tricks that help us enjoy the experience, and we can use this, of course, for everything else as well. For instance, other work stuff we maybe don't enjoy as much, so we really should think about how can we make this as good as possible for ourselves, that we really love the time we are spending doing something. And for instance, I'm thinking of household chores right now. It might be very helpful to have good tools, you know, that smell good, for instance, or which really helps also with feeling better about this one. Yeah, so, and rituals could also be to have a little meditation at the beginning, which reminds me, see, I used to do the third eye meditation whenever I started a stream for some time, but then I went on vacation and now I've forgotten about it. So I should do this again. Do a short 5-minute meditation just before the stream. So this would be a ritual, something you do the same each day. That's why I don't like when my routines are suddenly disturbed by something like going on vacation. It takes me a while to come back to my usual routine. I always lose something on the way. And just during the sprint, which was quite funny, I went to get another cup of coffee, and I was so in thought that I just poured the water from the water boiler, whatever it's called, into my cup. And when I came back to my desk, I realized that the water was still cold. I had forgotten to put the kettle on. So yeah, those things happen when you aren't as aware as you should be, probably. So, but still, we want to sprint. We want to have some fun writing. So let's find a 40-minute timer for us. Tea timer, or maybe the cat. Where's the cat timer? Which is also, oh yeah, here it is. Okay. Here we go. And add playing. Skip. Set to 40 minutes. Yeah, here we go. Enjoy the next 40 minutes. Have fun. Okie dokie. That was the 40-minute sprint. Whew. How did everybody do? Ian joined us. Morning, Anja, James, Mark, and Christian. I'm in the past catching up on the interesting talky bits. See you in the present before too long. And here is. Just in time. All right, back with you live. So I hope you enjoyed the talky bits. Yeah, I finished another scene, and now with the next scene I have like a lot of repetitions with the word guilt, which is kind of funny and makes me think if I should build it into my novel title, because I'm still thinking about this. I have some ideas, but I'm still not quite happy. Yeah, but so I will have to work on that. That it's like, I mean, this is a scene where the main character is walking through the streets of a city, and there's a lot of inner talk going on. So, and that's how she feels. She feels guilty for decisions she has made and things she has done. And yeah, I will look a bit more deeply into that during the next sprint. Oh, and Ian says, hi, James. I hope the work stuff settles nicely for you soon. Yeah, we all hope this. Fingers crossed that, yeah, James can finally relax a bit or just feel better, be in a better environment. Yeah. I hope everyone else is also feeling good right now. I mean, especially the fall season, getting cold and dark can kind of cause some mood swings, maybe. I don't know. But this is probably worse towards the end of winter when we are just waiting for spring to arrive. So, but it's getting darker, and when I wake up, it's dark and cold. And the funny thing is that we have to get up and go out into the cold immediately to go to the gym. So yeah, this is interesting. But yeah, we're doing it. Easier to deal with known than with unknown. Yes, exactly. That's why it must feel like torture, you know, each night. It's I mean, in the present you're just there and dealing with it, but still probably in general for you it's the unknown about how the new facility will be, when you can transfer and all this stuff. Yeah, interesting times, definitely. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm living in a psych experiment. Yeah, that's so I mean, they probably really need you till shutdown, kind of, you know, because yeah, someone has to be there during the night. That's what I'm guessing, until really everyone is gone. So it also is kind of like, honestly, can't you write a horror novel right now? It can be a really psychological thriller horror, but probably that's not good for yourself, for your mental health, to do that right now. You know, just this thought of it's the night always, and this place is emptying out, and I'm thinking of like The Shining, for instance. This contrast when you're in this hotel, and the contrast between in summer or during the whole year, there's so much life in this building, and then in winter when the family comes, everything is shut down, you know. Oh, I don't want to ponder too much about it. I don't know if this is good for you, James, but I feel like this is something that you could use eventually for your writing if you want to convey this mood. This is something people used for dark novels. But yeah, like I said, maybe that's not really healthy to do this right now, although probably there would be a lot of you could probably convey a lot of it because you're really feeling it right now. Yeah, probably not a good idea. I don't know. What's the time? 10 a.m. here. So let's do a final sprint. But first, let's decide on a timer. How about something positive, like a cupcake, which probably we all would love to have right now. Look up the Star Trek Next Generation episode, Remember Me. I've been thinking about it a lot the last month or two. Ooh, I love Star Trek The Next Generation. That's what I grew up with. I have to look this one up. I want to know which episode that is. Well, it already sounds like sad, honestly. Remember Me. Okay, I will look it up. Oh, and I also have to open up the link you shared before. I kind of forgot about it because I really want to watch the video. That reminds me of a 90s song. Which one? Remember Me? I'm not sure. My brain is empty right now. So let's just sprint and I will look up some stuff during this one. Here we go. The cupcake timer. I have to press play. Here we go. That's it. Enjoy. Okie dokie. That was the last sprint. Ian asks if you're going to any other streams later. So I'm just currently looking. Kay is streaming tomorrow again in the afternoon for us, which will be the morning for I'm just looking if the AuthorTube list on TinyURL, not TinyURL, on Google Docs is still up to date. Is it? I'm not sure. Today is October 16th. Yeah, it is still. Jacqueline Kirk is streaming later. Where is the European time zones? Yeah, I think 11 a.m. your time. No, that's Monday. It was yesterday. Today is October 17th. So Spooktober reading and productivity sprint. So let me just share the this one here, this link. You can have a look yourself, Ian, and see if anything feels good. I will also have a look because I like to watch streams in the afternoon when I'm getting more tired and less focused. The streams really help me, the sprints. So yeah, maybe we'll meet each other somewhere there. So you do an impromptu one in an hour or so. Great. Yeah. Where did time go? Exactly. Let's just quickly move on to another topic. Ooh, I could use one of your German streams from back when you started. Maybe I can do an impromptu German stream. Surprise you all tomorrow morning with only speaking German and no English. Don't speak English. I don't understand your English comments in the chat. Yeah, maybe I will do this one day, maybe on a Friday or something, in a more unusual time. Do it. I think you will all just laugh about me. I don't know if you would laugh about me, but yeah, it might be funny. Yeah, I will think about it. Okay, but for now I have to stop streaming and see you again tomorrow, my friends. It was fun talking to you guys, especially also with James in the beginning when it was only the two of us. So have a great rest of the night and rest of the day. See you soon, my friends. Ciao, ciao.